Good evening and welcome to BackChat. I'm your host, Tema Madima. This evening we are chatting to Johan Cronje, a middle distance legend. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited. Feels good to be back. Welcome everybody. It is a Monday, which means we get to share into conversations. We're going to be chatting all things track and field, athletics, motivation, life, post-athletics. It's going to be good. Welcome to each and every one of you. Yara van Staden. Jada van Staden, welcome to you. Shanda Villiers, I see you. Rikus van Niekerk, welcome guys. Good to see you guys. Thanks for joining in. Cronje, I see you. So welcome guys. Yeah, make sure to send through your questions, and we're gonna have a good time. You know, remember, it's not only me chatting, but we are chatting to Johan Cronje together. So make sure to join in. And it's going to be a good one. Just waiting for him to log in, and then we're going to get started. But good evening, South Africa. Hope you guys have been good. Hope the weekend was good. It's a brand new week. Speed Band South Africa, I see you. Jane Tipo. Uro, I see you. Welcome, guys. Samkelo Radeve. Charmaine. Or is it Salbino? Speed Bands, Sky Mainkeys, Cricket Link. Welcome to you guys all. We're just waiting for Johan to jump on now, and then we're gonna get started. But good to see you guys. Dace Malivana, welcome. I'm gonna send him an invite, and then we're gonna start. It's still a bit cold, but it's getting better, guys. It looks like better days are coming for South Africa, so we can just stay put. Soon it will be summer. Just waiting for Johan Cronje to log in, and then we're gonna get started. But welcome guys, hope you guys are well. Hope everybody is doing good. My name is Tema Madima. Bianca Arens, I see you. Erica Kleinans. Yo, Erica, I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well, Erica. Bianca, youngster baby, I see you. Yanni, welcome. Yeah, we're gonna wait for the big man to come on, and then we're gonna get going. I'm excited for this one. He is, I don't wanna say much about his CV yet. Hopefully you guys will be able. Oh, Johan say who veg didn't. Okay, Johan, let me just send you an invite quickly. Where is Johan? Is this the one? Am I sending it to the right one? Oh, Cronje Johan. Wait. Here you are. And we're gonna get started. Good evening, Kesa. Oh, Johan. Johan. Can you hear me? Kan je me hoor?
I can jou hoor, maar kan jy my hoor?
Yeah, it's breaking a bit, but I do hear you.
Oh, let me see.
Let's just see. Guys, just wave at us if you can hear us, so that we can make sure that the connection is all right. Yeah, that sounds better. Johan?
Better. Okay. Now, sorry, I'm old, so I don't know how this Instagram works. Took me a while to figure it out.
No, but we're good. Yo, thanks a lot for joining in, man. I'm super excited. Yeah, so we're gonna get started. Obviously, this is BackChat. We're gonna just run you things, but otherwise, how you doing? You've been good?
Yeah, I'm actually starting to miss the track a little bit, but now I'm too old to come back, so it doesn't help.
Now, don't worry. We'll carry the flag while you are resting, and but I know you're doing some trail runs and also a bit on the road as well, ne?
Yeah, I try to keep fit. I don't like. Yeah. I felt the other night I was lying down, and I felt some skin that I didn't used to have, so it gets me going again. Yes.
That's good. All right, so yeah, like I said, man, I'm excited. What I'm gonna do before we get started, I'm gonna do an introduction, It's very important, the people who are watching here, they must know exactly who we're dealing with. They must know the caliber of athlete that is inside the room. So I'm going to get started. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with us this evening, we've got Johan Cronje. Listen up. Listen very carefully, guys. This is the World Championships 1,500-meter bronze medalist, World Under-20 Championships finalist in the 1,500-meter, 4 times African Championships 1,500-meter finalist, Commonwealth Games 1,500-meter finalist, 7-time SA 1,500-meter champion. I like these ones. These ones that are coming up are the good ones. The SA 1,500-meter record holder, as well as the mile SA record holder. Ladies and gentlemen, Johan Cronje.
I see on the comments. I see the comments coming up, and I see Reinhard has a couple of questions. let him ask.
Reiner is always a problem, Johan. Every time we have a chat, he's causing havoc. You know him.
Oh, no, definitely.
But yeah, welcome. I mean, yeah, we're right there, legend. It's crazy to think you're a legend because it feels like you were running just a few years back. But I mean, with everything you've achieved, as soon as you retired, you became a legend because, nobody has ever done what you've done in South African athletics, in the 1,005.
No, I'm glad you think I'm a legend. I'm just going to tell my friends they must call me that as well.
Okay, Johan, we're going to play a game. This game is called 30 Seconds. We have to play it. It's tradition here. Okay. So it's what's in the bag. Very simple. I know you haven't run in a while, but you've got 30 seconds to name as many things as possible that you have in your training bag. Coming to you in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Okay, spikes, towel, water bottle, definitely some chocolate at the back, clean shorts for those hard sessions, or when you're here, it's a hard session, another clean shirt, some soap, some shower gel, and what do you call the stuff that you use for hair that I don't have anymore? Shampoo. I have a friend that always tells me I must put on moisturizer, Warren. So yeah, I'll put in some moisturizer.
And time.
Some dry shoes. Okay,
that's not bad. 10 is okay, Johan.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot the socks this time. Socks and underwear.
Yeah, socks, underwear. I keep alles. Toilet paper, like I've got it.
Yeah.
I don't mess around.
Keep toilet paper there,
yeah. You know those long runs, eh?
No, tell me about it. What do you mean?
Oh, this is about you. It's not about me. Never mind. Let's carry on. So obviously, there's so much I want to speak about, but we've got 30 minutes to try and break it down, and it's gonna be because, like I said, this is not an interview, and I'm not an investigator or anything. The aim is just to celebrate you as an athlete and what you've achieved. I don't think sometimes the athletes get to hear what a contribution they've made in the sport, and you've also got a lot of knowledge which you can pass on to those who are watching. I've got the likes of youngsters like Tsofatso Nwa, who's in the group.
But you remember, I have 2 children now, so they inherit all my brains. I don't have much.
You must give us whatever's left. You give us the rest.
They took it.
Welcome, Lindiwe Dube. We see you. That's a very prominent, sports presenter. We've got Monique. What is it? Luan Monique, Janet Siliga. Welcome, guys. Claire Cronje is in the building as well.
So where is she? She told me she's gonna shower. Now she's she's looking what I'm up to.
Okay, welcome, guys. All right, Johan, let's get started. I mean, obviously, your journey in athletics was a long one. I mean, you ran easily 17 years at top level. If I was to look at you starting as a youth athlete, you went to World Youth Championships, you ran at World Junior Championships, World Championships. I mean, you Commonwealth Games, you name it. You were there. But where did this journey start? Where did the running and the love for running start for Johan Cronje?
Well, I would say it started early in primary school.
Okay.
But in the real essence, the chance or the decision that I made that athletics is a sport that I want to pursue maybe came in grade 10 these days.
Okay.
When I had to choose between playing rugby and doing athletics, rugby became a summer sport as well. It's not just a winter sport like before. And I made the choice to stay on the track, and the next year it was, like you said, it was the first ever World Youth Championships actually, and I made it. I was selected for that. And it actually just grew inside of me. I wanted to reach the next goal. So you chase maybe the national youth record, then you start chasing the national junior record, and then the senior records, and it became I don't want to say obsession, but it became part of your life.
Yeah, I mean, when you say it becomes part of your life, I mean, I think you mentioned it now that you sometimes you sit back and you miss the sport, because I don't think people realize, like, when you're an athlete, like yourself as a professional athlete, just explain how much of your life did athletics take. I know it was. You'll have to try explain it. I think people don't always understand it. Break it down, and let people understand.
No, it's almost like you say. Basically, I don't want to say it consumes you, because it sounds negative, but it becomes it becomes almost who you are.
Yeah.
For that time being. You wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is probably either go train or plan for your training. And the rest of the day is kind of build up your next around whatever you're going to do next. And also your weekends planned around either where you're racing or what you're going to train. So, and I guess a lot of people can relate to that. It's you find something that you love and you build your life around it. So for me, I'm fortunate to have a wife that understands and also loves sport. And I have a family that always supported me, which was also added bonus. So it was easier for me, I guess, than for most other people that I know that didn't always have the support. So for me, it's very easy just to make it part of my life. I loved it. I love training. Maybe when I was a little bit of that early years, I would step over the line a little bit, maybe go out late at nights. Do when you're younger, but looking back when it was all part of growing up, and I'm glad about all the choices I've made. Even, there's so much choices that you had after school, going this way or that way. I stayed in Bloemfontein, decided to focus on my sport and live from where my parents are, because it is a sport. And looking back, no regrets.
Absolutely. No regrets. You can't have regrets when you've got the SA record in the 1,005 as well as a mile. It wasn't an easy journey. I don't know, I don't know the journey per se personally, but for as long as I've seen you on the track or known you, you've always been that athlete. If you look to, focused, always disciplined. Obviously, the way you took athletics was always on a professional level. You were an athlete. That's how I know you. Obviously, we'll get to the later part of your life where, there's a bit of business and there's a bit of work and as well and so on. But for most of how I've known you, you're a professional. But some of the difficult things that you've had to face, or some of the challenges of being an athlete in South Africa. What do you say? What was some of the basic challenges?
Definitely, when I look back or I think back about my career, it was definitely injuries. So, and I think so. A lot of guys can relate. Guys and girls can relate. Injuries is a big thing. It's a big setback. It can become a negative feeling when it becomes a heavy burden to carry. Because only you. You can speak for yourself as well. Only you know what's inside of you. And sometimes injuries is that thing that keeps you away from reaching your full potential. I've heard so many, and for myself. So the second thing, actually, if you can add it to it, is it's basically funding and that financial support, basically. But if you had to choose, I would rather choose no financial backing and injury free, because then I'm in control. You understand? And I've heard so many people that never had an injury, and all they can complain about is the financial backing that they didn't have, or they could have done more, or they could have done this. But in the end, if you have health, you should use it. use your health first and become the greatest or the best that you can from your health, and then the financial support should follow if you reach what you want to reach. And looking back at mine, definitely on the injury side, but it could be now speaking to Ernie Grun and so on, for all the coaches that are here in Stellenbosch and so that I spend some time with these days, is that I definitely pushed myself a little bit too hard where I shouldn't. And I remember my coach, Debbie Prinsloo, always trying to keep me back, always trying to, Johan, do 2 reps less today or whatever the case was. And I said, no, it says 20, so we're doing 20. And in the end, that last 2, that was back to the 2 that I shouldn't have done. So, looking back, I should have been a little bit more clever, if that's a word.
But I mean, I think it's, the thing, what you're saying is such an important, it's so important because, I always talk about, like passion. And I think the younger you are, the passion is just crazy, man. I mean, you wanna be world record holder at 16, you wanna break the SA record at 17. By 19, you wanna be world champ. 20, you wanna be Olympian. It's just
the nail on the head. 100% what you're saying. 100%. That's what happened to me as well. And so many friends that come with me from school. The problem was you want to be a world champion at 20, and not everybody can be a world champion at 20. And you put in whatever you had to do, and you got injured. And when you got an injury, you get the next one, and you get the next one, and you get the next one. And in the end, it's a bad, just a bad thing following you, and you can't get out of it.
I mean, I think it's advice that the youngsters need to hear. Like it's okay to trust the process. It's okay to delay. Can you hear me?
Battery is gonna die soon, so maybe. Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So you say your battery is gonna die soon?
Okay. Yeah, it seems like it, but I can ask my wife to bring me a charger.
Yeah, ask her. Don't worry, it's chill.
I have
Don't
my
worry.
phone in my hand, so.
Yeah, get
or maybe she hears me if she's listening. Please bring me a charger, Clay. Can't hear you.
Clay, please bring the charger. We need to carry on. Okay. Yes. So while we still have some battery life, it's exactly what you're saying is spot on. But I mean, obviously with the journeys and the injuries and all those challenges, finances is one of those important ones. What would you say is like some of the best, I don't know, like best gifts or the best things that you've received from being an athlete? What has been like the greatest joy from being an athlete? What are the things that you've enjoyed the most?
The opportunity to travel and to meet other people. And I think after that first trip of any South African overseas, they'll realize it. I mean, we live here in a country, beautiful country, with all this diversity and whatever. But still, if you go into any other country, if it's Europe, the US, the East, wherever you go, you get to learn a little bit of that culture. And more often than not, you make a friend, or you make more than one friend. I mean, I've many times joked, but it's actually it's true. I almost have a friend in every country in Europe.
Wow.
So we always joke we want to go to. Can you hear me again?
Yeah.
Am I back? Yeah. Sorry, battery problems. So you make a lot of friends, you travel a lot, and that's by far the best that I took out of the sport, I guess. Yeah,
I mean, like you're saying, like I think once you leave the country once and you travel in Europe, I think it also brings, what the crazy thing is, like it brings such a big appreciation for being South African, number one. But it also like opens up your mind that listen,
but there's nothing better than getting back, that queues at passport.
Yeah.
Even if they're a little bit long sometimes, that's the best feeling you can get. Until the next time you leave again, obviously.
Absolutely. So now, what has been before I get your motivation? Who would you say was like one of your biggest role models in track and field?
Sure, track and field. We were actually speaking about this the other day, and track and field's difficult. course, you compete against a guy. So it's difficult to say I have a role model come from there. But the last role model I can remember, basically, or hero from a sporting perspective, was David Beckham. Just that was the last sporting hero I had. And I must say, if I have to look at track and field now, and since I would say Wade would be my next. Even though he's younger, just the way he handles himself on and off the field. I think people don't understand how much pressure he is. And how many eyes are on him worldwide, and he does brilliantly. So, difficult, like I said, difficult to say heroes on the athletics field, but
David Beckham is a big one, man.
Yeah, no, it's just he had his mishap in the World Cup. I mean, that year where he was sent off. What was it, 2004 to somewhere?
Yeah.
And the way he also came back and what he made of his career is also something magnificent.
Absolutely. I see Hannes, Nudia is here. Obviously, Reynard is talking about the Great Wall of China. We've got, what is it? Andrew Lupias. Yeah, so Reynard is always.
Yeah, Hannes, while you're there, message Claire and ask her, or phone Claire and ask her to bring me a charger, please.
Yeah, please. Hey, Hannes, Hanpan, make a plan. Okay, so the next one I want to get to then is, he says it's a battery pop. Ek laat begin kyk, Johan charge your phone. Okay. So the next one I get to is your motivation. What would you say has been like one of your biggest motivation? I mean, like I said, since you were a SA youth, you went to SA World Youth Championships, where you finished in the top 5. You went to World Juniors, finished in the top 5. Commonwealth Championships, top 4, top 5. African Championships, and I mean, there's a lot of competitions where you just missed out on that medal. You just missed out on the medal, and then we get to 2013 World Championships, and you bring back the only medal for South Africa at those championships in the 1,500 meter. Just tell us what is going through your mind when you crossed the line. When you crossed the line and you saw that you were third. Tell us about that experience. Let's talk before you ran. Before you ran, what is going on in your mind? Crossing the line and after. Let's go.
Yeah, before I always knew I had a shot. I felt you can just feel I was rested. I didn't compete too much. I was working full time, so I didn't compete much that year. The plan was to do athletics for myself. I was actually done with ASA and their nonsense. So I decided, whether they pick me or not, well, that's on them. I'm going to do athletics for me. I actually don't want to go to any championship. Wow. And then it worked out that I had a good year. They picked me, and then they asked me, I remember, to go to Moscow already like a week before. And I told them, listen, sorry, I'll fly in the day before I run, and then I'll run. And
wow,
they didn't give me any trouble against it. They helped me. They were actually very lenient. So I flew in when I wanted to fly in, did the race. There I felt very refreshed. I didn't have all the village nonsense of a week before. So everything was still new to me.
Yeah.
I actually just went through the round so quickly. And the round was actually the toughest, obviously, like it always is. And by the time we reached the final, I could see in all the other guys' faces that they're really tired. Because you can see the whole season, it's been heavy on everybody, and the rounds has been heavy. Now I was starting to making jokes in the call rooms already with everybody, and I could see, yes, there's some guys that want to smile, but they don't really want to smile. So I knew,
not really.
I just keep on playing the game that I'm fresh. You can creep up in some guy's mind, and I did feel good. I believed that I had a chance. I look at the race this week with another coach, and we haven't seen the race before. And I realized that I actually had the worst technical race ever. So I don't think I've ever watched it since then.
Yeah. Wow.
If I look at it now, I say, what are you thinking? Why are you in the inside at the back the whole time? So stupid mistakes. I remember at that moment why I was there. It made sense in my head back then, but if you look at it afterwards, you say, you competed yourself, and so it's a much better position to maybe get a silver or gold or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But after the race, the only thing I could think was, where was Diabia? Because I know he was standing at the more or less where we started, and when I finished, I couldn't find him. So that was actually the only thing on my mind, was finding Diabia, and then I actually found him at the back of the track after I skipped the whole victory lap thing trying to find him, and when I found him, it was actually, it was like this tunnel towards doping and whatever. And when I reached the man, he was in tears, so he made me got some tears in my eyes as well. And then all the hard work, obviously, for a decade plus, paid off.
Yeah. It must have been a good feeling, man. Like, I know, Johan, you're a reserved person. You're like a robot, like a machine. On the track, you do your thing, you go, but I mean, it like you said, it hit you somewhere. I'm sure there was a point where you're like,
no,
man.
It really did. And I mean, now speaking about it, I'm actually more emotional now than I was then. If you ask the people that know me, I'm not too much emotional about too many things. I just take it as it comes, because it's something, and then we go on, and it's a new thing, and then you try something else, and so on. But it's been great. I mean, that changed so many, well, not changed, but it opened so many doors as well. So we were speaking earlier about what athletics meant to one. Just traveling and meeting people, but then something like that happens, and all of a sudden it opens more doors for you.
Yeah.
Not just South Africa, but worldwide. I mean, after that I got to work with Nike on the spike that I used in the 2016 Olympic Games, or whatever the case may be. One of those. So all of a sudden, a lot of doors opened. You got to meet more people, and it's something that I'm glad happened, and it happened earlier in my career. Maybe it kept going, but like we spoke earlier, injuries. I still up to today believe injuries had a big part in basically taking a lot away, if I can put it that way, what I could have achieved. But like I said, no regrets. And then obviously maybe I was, how old was I when I stopped? I think 34-ish. Around there. When I decided it's enough, But looking back, I could have actually just carried on a little bit, but it was injuries. Starting with injuries again, I feel something in my groin, I feel something, and that disappointment when the injury hits. There's just there's some, it's almost like relationships. You hear when people say,
it's like a breakup.
I don't want to go into a relationship again because I can't take the heartbeat. No, it's the same with that. You work so hard, and 2-3 weeks before championship, you get injured, and nobody knows in what shape you were. That was the, I would say that's the worst.
Do you know what I don't like about injuries, is that they come when you're super fit. So this is how it works in the timeline. You can be at the peak of your fitness levels and not be able to run. It's like, and you just have to watch the clock go down until you get to a point where your injury and your unfitness meet.
No, 100%. I don't believe there's anybody that's gone through it more than I have. I want to meet that person. And everybody else that's been through it, please don't stop. Just keep going when you're young. Get different, do something else. Get a job, get something, put some more of your energy into something else, but keep on trying. Because in the end, you never know. You might just have, like myself, have that one season where everything changed for you. You never know.
Absolutely. Like you said, like you went to the championships just like, let's go. My terms, my rules. And then before you know it, but it just goes to show, like, when you're relaxed and when you're in control of the things you can control and not too worried about things you can't, I think that's the best place to be for competition. Okay, let's fast forward now. Brilliant. Now you've got, bronze medal, world championships, SA records. We need to talk SA records. 331.9. Tell us about that moment. Obviously, you also broke a year later.
again, it's one of those days it was the last race of the year.
Yeah.
10 days or a week before that, I was eating chocolate for breakfast and that stuff. So I didn't care anymore. I did a couple of tempo runs, go to the track maybe once a week just to get the feeling again. So totally relaxed, basically on holiday, traveling Europe. Got to what's that small town, Rieti in Italy.
Yeah.
Stayed in a hotel for a couple of days. I was on my own, so I did some sightseeing and whatever. And then, I mean, we ate nothing but dry pasta and cheese and whatever. I think that 3-4 days before the race, I lost like 4 kgs just because I didn't fed up.
Wow.
But when the race came, it was nice. It was warm. Had no stress on me. I mean, whether I ran a 350 or 330, it wouldn't make a difference in anybody's life. And luckily, Silas went out fast, and I kind of just followed, and the whole race just stayed like that. I think I didn't realize how fast we were going until I saw nobody catching us, and and then I can basically say the rest is history.
What goes through your mind now? I mean, you again, this is the second time you going there with a totally, I think this must, obviously this is the peak of your career, because what you had, I mean, indirectly, who knows, what you had found was pretty much the balance between performance and relaxation. And it brought you SA records, and it brought you a championship medal, which had eluded you for a while, and yeah, it's crazy, man. I think I need to relax more on the track.
100%. I saw you. You are a little bit stressed, especially on the track. You relax off track, like now. You should do more of that and train less. No, it's 100%. It's like you say, you should find that balance between off-field and on-field. It's difficult because your aim is to perform in a certain sport or discipline, or whatever you want to call it, and then you also want to do, let's say you do something else, you also want to be good at that. So it's a very difficult mindset. You still have to give, it's like athletics still needs to be your favorite child. And the other one is like that, sorry to say, that little orphan, but you still love it. You still need to love it. No, that was an ugly joke, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. It's good. Yeah, man. But like, I mean, it's exactly that. All right. So, SA record. Then the mile also. This is a year later. Now the mile comes and you break the SA mile record, 2014. So 2013 is bronze medal at the World Championships. You break the SA record in the 1,500 meter, 331.93 in Reti, and then a year later it's the mile record 350. Yo, 350, how did that race come about?
That was actually not a great race for me. So I for some reason I didn't travel well to the US. It never, time zones and stuff never bothered me, but if I go to Portland, somehow it always just hits me, and always that's also the time where a lot of the things in the air gives you hay fever and whatever. So it's bad. I don't know. It's just a bad time for me every time I get there, and it's normally early season. So 2014, that race, it was a fast race. I mean, I just sat there. I don't think I was in particular great shape. I didn't race well. I actually just sat, hold on to the guys, and luckily ran a 350. I mean, I reckon if we ran more miles, I could have gone faster. But it was just, you have 1 or 2 miles a year. That was the mile, the big mile of the year. All the Nike athletes has to be there, and then you just I mean, packed field, always a tough one. And like I said, I was lucky enough just to be in there and get that record from the 1-3.
Wow. I mean, like, before I get to this question, I want to take a few questions here or comments. I see Reinhard is talking about, he asked, what does Johan Cronje think about Jakob Ingebrigtsen? You will take that question. Warren Calvin says he is still a machine and just runs for fun. It looks like you're killing people there in Stellenbosch. Take it easy on them.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, no, I still need to find some hard-headed athletes here in Stellenbosch. I'm still waiting for them. Someone
Hey,
can come take on the old Bali. Come, please.
come on, somebody. Is there anybody in Stellenbosch? Like anybody? I see, what is it? Matt Daniel says, pure talent, this guy, the real deal. You are the real deal. Leviticus Mukucha, welcome, brother. Yeah, I see you still got a lot of love, man. People still, I see Warren Covin says you could have run.
Sounds like it's more boys. I'm concerned about that. It sounds like it's more boys. Yes, I wonder.
You must flash the ring, man. People must see your ring.
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't wear a ring.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's a lot of love from the guys. Henry, I see you as well. I see you. Matt Daniel says you're a legend. All right, next one. I want us to wrap it up. We've got like 2 minutes.
Yes, you're back.
This question is very important for South African athletes. There's a lot of middle distance athletes in this group. I mean, Beatrice Lebogang is a middle distance female athlete. Tsefato Nahu, 800 meter, 1,500 meter athlete as well. Luan Minnick, I'm sure you know him, youngster, but I mean, a lot of potential. Reinhard van Rensburg, you know him, he's a youngster, a lot of potential. As well as other people who might be on here watching. What advice, especially for middle distance, I'm talking for middle distance now, what advice, Letono More also here, youngster, what advice do you have for, especially South African middle distance athletes that want to be successful?
Yeah, I think middle distance wise, we actually can be matched head to head with anybody in the world. I mean, the 400 hurdle guys have showed it, 800 has showed it, so that's probably a little bit. 1500, for some reason, we're lacking a little bit behind. We had some guys in the past, but it seems to be lacking a little bit. We need more guys running 333 and faster. And I still think they're up there. I just believe most of them move towards the 800 rather than going to the 1500, because it's an easier race. Not an easier race, but it's easier for 1500. For me, it was easier to run 800. So a lot of the 1500 athletes shy away from 1500 because it's easier on the 800. So one day when you guys in the 800 start to maybe step up to the 15 and maybe just up your volume a little bit, I think we might see something different. So middle distance, if I can give a little bit of advice, it is one of the hardest disciplines to train for because it's the center between speed and endurance. Where
absolutely.
If you're an endurance athlete, you're going to be able to do endurance. If you're a sprinter, you're going to be able to sprint. But to get that perfect mix in between
balance,
that balance is the difficult one, because you always tend to move to the side that fits your body better. If you're a 1500 athlete that's more on the fast side, you're always going to focus on the faster repetitions. Where you should actually be doing your work, and vice versa. So what my dad and the advice that I took from my dad as basically a youngster is, when we sat and we put together our programs, was always, he said, focus on the sessions that you didn't want, that you feel you don't want to do. Those are the ones that you need. So I think if you start working on the sessions that you actually always want to skip, if you have to choose something and that would be the last thing you do, that's the thing you should be doing the first day of the week, because that's what you need to improve on. I mean, for me, it was like on a long run. I never used to like long runs, and afterwards it became my favorite because I worked.
Johan Cronje, that's brilliant advice, man. If we had more time, we'd go on, but I just want to thank you, man. Thanks so much.
That is not gonna last. So.
No, don't worry. This is we're done here. Thanks so much for your time, man. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for sharing your knowledge and your experiences as well. I mean, you are a legend, like I said, in South African athletics. You still hold the records. If you hold records, you're a legend, whether you like it or not, man. So
Train. You have to start training so you can break them. You know, don't have
yeah, you need to put in the work. Hey, you're making us work, man. We're gonna make us have to work so hard to break those. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Thanks for your time. Wish you all the best. I know we didn't get to the other stuff you're busy with, but we'll get to chat again sometime. I mean, I know you're always busy. But yeah, keep it up, keep shining, man. And thanks for everything you've done for track and field in South Africa. You've set the bar high, man, and that's good because now the youngsters have to work towards 331. That's it.
Sure. Oh, thank you, Tema. Appreciate it. How do I lock off this thing or do I just exit?
You can press end there and then you're done.
Okay, sure. Okay, thanks, man.
Cheers. Good night. Cheers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of a chat with Johan Cronje. Thanks for watching. It was interesting. It's good to be back. BackChat, proudly hosted by Backtrack. It was good. Tema Madima, hashtag Dario Venda, hashtag Nda. Have a good one, guys. See you again tomorrow. Tomorrow we've got Lee Julius, who is joining us, a sprinting sensation, a legend as well. I hope to see you guys back here tomorrow. Coach Johan Bueta, Coach Bueta. I see Coach Bueta is on here as well. Thanks for joining in. Kesa, good night. Yeah, and, like you said, he must come back to the Free State again. That's where he'll get competition. Luan Munich, take care. Salbi Mukucha, Raisa, James, everybody, Reynard, Telfato. Good night, guys. See you guys tomorrow, and God bless.